Hi, I think I'm live now. This is Andrea Porter with Entertainment Entrepreneurs. This is week 2 of our cycle. This week has a dual focus week. You might notice I'm going to put a little blurb from the upcoming handbook so you understand that. But the first thing I'm going to do this week is I'm going to answer some of the questions that were asked in the group, and maybe you guys will have an idea of what's coming when I say that my beta test year is almost done and you're part of the beta test group. What I did was I really created a support group before I created my course, and this group is going to be a support and follow-up to people who take the Udemy course. And of course, all of you here, because you are here in the beta test group, you're going to get a chance to have the code and take that for free if you'd like. I wanted proof. And I think I mentioned before that some of you are my proof in the beta group because you've applied these principles, you've spent some time on the weekly focuses with us, and you've proven that this formula does work for not just me. And that is a tremendous value for me personally because I knew it would work. Thank you for helping me prove it. So what's going to change after April, after this last cycle? What's going to change is there's actually another location on Google+. Don't get stressed out here. I am going to ask you to commit a little bit, but I'm not going to ask you to, it's not going to be too much of a hassle. I am going to ask for your email address before we get into that other group. Now, some of you have already clicked on the subscription link, so don't worry about it. You'll transfer over quite easily, and then we'll let you into the group, or we will post upcoming videos for our weekly focus because the group is going to stay like this. We're going to continue to do one-on-ones more often, I'm sure, as the group grows and as people take the course on Udemy and come to understand the formula and what a benefit the group is in implementing that formula for each person's individual success. So what's going to change in April is I will send out a link. I'll do a final video in the beta group kind of pointing you all there and just follow through the process. And hopefully you will all take the course on Udemy, which is not published yet. I did print out my manuscript and I'm doing some editing on it. I'm greatly encouraged. Of course, we're our own worst critics, aren't we? So I'm having to edit that and not beat myself up too much before I send it on to someone else. And then we'll get it all in a nice package for you. So you are already in the support group for the finished product. But the finished product is on the way. And thank you for asking the question, Chris. And so moving on to this weekly focus, this second week has a dual focus. 20/80 splits in budgeting. I say 20/80 instead of 80/20 because I want to keep the 20 as the main focus. I want to keep the top 20% of the cream of the crop. The top 20% of your focus items should be the things that are most effective and get you the furthest down the road. So maybe you're beginning to see that not only is focusing on one item each week going to accelerate your success process, but focusing on the most effective items each week is going to accelerate it that much more. Now, the 20/80 process is something you're going to also view each weekly focus through, but this is, don't feel like you have to get everything at once. This is a process. We're going to repeat it so many times, and you'll add a step each time, and you'll get more and more efficient each time we do a cycle, and you'll get further down the road, and you'll learn so much. Oh, you're going to learn so much once you just continue to do the same thing in the process as you get down the road. So the 20/80 splits. The 20%, what's the 20%? The 20%, if you're going to do some venue scouting, the 20% is the venues that are absolutely in your genre, the ones that you feel you have the most success with, the ones that you have a contact name for, any advantage that you have, those are going to automatically go on the cream of the crop list and the ones you want to put most of your energy in or onto. We'll expand this in the group. I'm going to get better myself at posting more videos through the week, because I feel like this is a lot of information. And I feel like when you're listening to me talk, your wheels are turning and you're taking notes, because you're getting ideas about what you can be doing for yourself and how this applies to your plan. If you did last week's focus correctly, you have a clear vision of where you want to go. So some of this is starting to really make sense and you're starting to apply it. So that's the 20/80 splits. Budgeting. If you don't know where you're going, you're not going to find your way. That applies to anything. And if you don't know what it's going to take to run your operation, you're not going to be able to succeed. So you need to take a look at that. And remember, the 15-minute rule applies, so you don't get overwhelmed. Even just 15 minutes taking a look at your income versus your outgo is going to do a lot for your success down the road. So that's all I got to say. I'm not going to ramble on. I am on my way out the door to pick up my own rock star from the airport. He's coming in from his European portion of his tour, and then he will be in Nashville next week, hopefully doing some good business. So you can wish us luck, and we wish you luck. Have a great week. I hope you get a lot out of it. I hope I have answered your questions about what happens after the beta test is complete. However, I'm afraid it's just not going to make any sense until I can give you the link of the course and say, this is what I've been putting together. And I would like to thank all of you for being in the support group in advance and all your encouragement. So have a great week. I've said that a million times. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.